Hello YouTube, welcome back to part 2 of this package and pickups video. Well, it's actually just a package video, I suppose. I hadn't intended to do this in 2 parts, and I certainly hadn't intended to break it the way it had, but my camera had other ideas as the battery died. So I had to let it charge up, and hopefully now we'll be able to get through to the end of this one. I've had to turn the light on too, so it's unfortunately it's reflecting on a lot of the plastic and boxes. But just to quickly recap, got the system, this joystick of some description, a nice looking Sega Genesis pad, feels like it's in really good condition. Shadow of the Beast, Sonic 2, Bonanza Brothers, James Pond 2, Land of Illusion, the Lucky Dime Caper, which is the classic re-release edition, and of course Asterix and the Great Rescue, which is pretty damn hard to find, and this is in superb condition, so absolutely great to get this into the collection as part of a bundle. You can easily pay upwards of 25 sterling on eBay UK for this game. And having said that, this is not the rarest game in this bundle. So I'll just move those aside for the moment. Make way for the last few games. There's just 4 left. And first up we have Deep Duck Trouble, starring Donald Duck, and this is actually the sequel to the Lucky Dime Caper. Again, it's really nice condition. I really like the artwork to this one too. It's very colourful and lots of little details, like Donald's holding this adventurer's diary with Scrooge on the cover, which is kind of interesting because Scrooge is also there in the box. Again, sticker needs to come off, but other than that, in perfect condition. The first one, the Lucky Dime Caper, is considered a classic of the system, but Deep Duck Trouble doesn't seem to get too much love. I haven't tried it out myself, so I'm not really... well, I've tried it out, but barely played it really, so I'm not too sure how great it is, but again, manual and cart are in real nice condition. Manual could do it being flattened, I suppose, but other than that, it's perfect. I already have a copy of Deep Duck Trouble, so this is another one for the Tradespal, so I'm building up quite a nice Tradespal stash at the moment, and I'll probably do an updated trades video shortly. And then next we have Daffy Duck in Hollywood. More ducks. Whoever had this set originally really liked ducks, and this is a very late release in the system. See, there we have the original price sticker, $74.95. I think that's Deutschmarks. But yeah, this is very, very late release in the system. I think it was late 94, so by that stage, I mean, the PlayStation was either nearly out or out in Japan. That just gives you an idea of how late these Master System games were being released. Looks like a fairly decent platform from the back of the box. And again, cart and manual are in really nice condition. This looks like practically brand new, other than the fact that it's sliding out a bit, but Master System games are prone to do that. But yeah, absolutely spotless. You know, to get games in this condition in a bundle off eBay is always... it's always hard to know what you're getting when you buy a bundle off eBay, because you often just see, like, you see a picture like there's a block of games. You don't get to see the manuals, you don't get to see the carts, you don't get to see the backs or whatever, so it's always like, oh, I hope they're in good condition. And this one has kind of, typically you end up with a few that are, you know, a bit ropey, but this one, this has been a great set. I mean, the worst has been, oh, I got to remove a sticker. Dear me, how am I going to cope? But yeah, this is another rare enough one, and I've been looking for it for a long time again, and not really finding it for a decent price. You'd easily pay another 25-30 quid sterling again, probably, for this on auction. It doesn't come up at all very much, and I've never really been able to snag one before, so again, to get this as a bundle, another great winner. And again, this is still not the rarest of this lot. And next we have Sonic Spinball, which must be like a bus. You know the old saying, you wait forever for a bus, then two come along at once. After waiting a year for a copy of Sonic Spinball, and I just did a package and pickups video with Sonic Spinball not that long ago, probably only a few weeks ago. Now I have a second copy, and sure enough, just like every other game in this lot, it's in practically, new condition. I've showed the back of the box before, so I'll just kind of skip on. But it's falling all over the place. Again, the insides are in really nice condition, and hello, there are 2 manuals. So not only do I wait for a year and get 2 copies of the game, now I got 3 manuals. That's very odd. I've never come across a game with 2 manuals before like that. Well, except for my Charity Shop pickup where I had Lego Star Wars with Lego Star Wars 2 PSP manual, but this is the exact same manual. So yeah, I've now also got a Sonic Spinball manual for trade as well, if someone is looking for one. And I'd imagine there probably are people looking for to complete their maybe CB set. So yeah, get in touch if you're looking for a manual, or I'll certainly probably add it to my next trades video. That's for damn sure, because that's weird. Generally, you don't get 2 manuals in a game. But yeah, that was a hard one to find, and I paid like 25 quid for this in an auction, or sorry, it was a buy it now best offer, and that was like the lowest price I'd seen this game go for, and I've seen it go for 40-50 pounds sterling at times. Maybe it's a Sonic branding, but it does attract a lot of attention, and the prices on eBay are very high. So yeah, it's another great one to have to add to the trades pile, and still not the most expensive game in this lot. That would be Championship Hockey. This game is, it's a bit of a pain to find. The last complete copy I seen go on eBay went for €75, and then the last incomplete went for something like £40 sterling. So this is a toughie to find. And sure enough, as with everything else, it is in absolutely immaculate condition. Oh, they've moved the Sega sticker. They put it at the back this time. And yeah, apparently it's a terrible game that's practically unfinished, but they all count to the set. And there we have the insides are sure enough great condition. It's even got the registration card. Typical very thick US gold manual. Actually, I'm going to have trouble closing that box, so I'm just going to leave it out for a moment. But yeah, that's actually I'll prop that up like that. It's definitely a hard to find one. It's one of those games when you're collecting, you kind of wonder, will I be able to get a full set without spending, frankly, crazy sums for single games? There's games that, like say for example Power Strike 2, I've seen that go for over 150 sterling in an auction on eBay UK, and you kind of wonder, Jesus, that's a lot to spend on a single game when, back in the day that would have been sold up and down the country. So to spend that much on it now, it just seems crazy. And this one here again has been picking up 75 quid style auctions. That's it is very hard to find. I've only seen a handful of few copies in the last year. Probably not even 5 copies, both complete and incomplete. So that just tells you how uncommon it is. Like, this one is a rare title on the system. So to get this as part of a bundle is frankly nearly unbelievable, to get it in a bundle like this, because it's not just that it was one rare game. Of course, there was, Sonic Spinball, another valuable and or rare game, and Daffy Duck, valuable or rare, whichever you want to kind of count them as, and Asterix, valuable, rare, whichever. That's 4 of them, and then you even have, the classic re-release. People, that's can be tricky to pick up, given the right auction. Deep Duck Truggle. Oh my god, this is like a tongue twister. Deep Duck Trouble. Tricky to pick up. It's quite a colossal bundle, and to get it shipped and all for 100 quid was, well, frankly, a bargain. And I have to thank Gordman on the Sega 8-bit forums for putting this together for me, because he linked to an auction in eBay Germany. Let's get a nice overview shot if I can. And it was for this bundle, and I was naturally interested, like I'm sure most people were. But there was a few issues. One, the auction didn't accept PayPal, which generally that's the only means I'd have to pay. And two, the auction was locked out of Ireland. I couldn't bid on it if I wanted to. And it was also, I don't speak German at all, so I would have struggled to communicate with the seller. So Gordman, stood in and kind of acted as mediator almost, and he did a fantastic job. It was, I wouldn't have been able to get this bundle without his help. Absolutely, big thank you to kind of putting this together. In the end, it was actually kind of an offer, because I asked to save on shipping. Would it be possible just to kind of pick up the games that I needed for my collection and not the duplicate stuff? So kind of like the Championship Hockey, Daffy Duck, Asterix, and Bonanza Brothers, I think was the other one. But they said no, they wanted to just do it all as one. So in the end, then I said, okay, well, what would be the type of price, and put in an offer of 100, and sure enough they accepted and sent them all on then via DHL. So it arrived nicely in good condition, and when I was kind of ticking off the games from my collector's list, to be able to tick off not one, not two, but three of the kind of hardest to find games in one swoop was, I suppose it was exhilarating, as a collector. You just feel like, yes, I can finish, this set. That takes a big chunk out of the hard to get games. And it's kind of like, oh, and there was a system too, that thing in the corner. Yeah, oh, I don't know if that'll work, whatever, but the games. So again, big thank you, big shout out to Gordman. I know he's a big fan of the reproduction stuff, because we've chatted back and forth a fair bit about them. He's definitely an avid SMS fan himself, so he's always kind of keeping the eye out for things and whatnot. And he kind of knows when he sees an auction, if it's good. So when he linked it up, I knew that it was probably going to be something worth watching, to say the least. So yeah, that's it. I'll probably leave it there, because this has ended up being a lot longer than I expected. But as I said, over the moon to get these games into the set. It takes a massive chunk of the difficulty out of completing, the Master System set of games. And thanks once more to Gordman. But I'll leave it there now, and thank you for watching, even if it has ended up being a long two-parter. I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully there'll be more crazy, amazing packages and pickups. I doubt they'll all be off. Yeah, I got 3 rare games in one bundle, but you never know. We live in hope, I suppose. So until next time.